Promise 102.7 NFA Promise TV afe akọ abafo ntintan efir no da ye wo Oyerepa radio wo Facebook no to ano so ye live wo ho ntini biem ye mamu achemo akọ aba anopo no nsa kasebo ne braso asemfo asensem mamahen ama yezir lba bosum hwen na de nsama yezir bosum atifin nsam ne bi nyi de omanpayin Mahama aka de inde oman Ghana ana bibiri mamu yebo ye ho nsobrane de inde hia ebotum ya age ye ho na ye wie yetam nya no kura ko amara horo kasa sezika kopemwa na chede sebe injinadu biara nyim yazine mu nchirem yaze babramo na inde afutu roko zamma oye adanso not mensino mo empeyina awoka bia owom de wonka woni timbome na oho aworo kodo mensino mo no wetum wa penano puma sibre wo honom na opeyina oye nkitanwuji bofo wo abankasim yewra Felix ofosuko ache wakasa achirem nyimpa ahoro mampanyin wa pahwan mo nholi didwuma wo abankasim yazini nyina ne mu nchirem yazeba bosom mo ende anopei na nyuma kubi ene we so yena sen manopei so yadzi anopo no nshaka sebo yadzi rebro na oya Genti College the pace is setters walichema admission lokodo a waliji oya mofromba wodwona afantiti ma za opera otro wasi za opera otro no de kano wetum wa atro ni yepa na worichema de science, visual art, a great science, business, general art, home accounts, ni inara ya aza wore chentino SHS 1, 2 and 3 wore je na what one afantitiem hostel facility ya aza ohwa bebiare fiare bebiano ebenye bebiada na afa intitimo oya kumawu nkwanta wo asante mantem ha ena inde wo butua eba from one na enwone ke dijuma 0243721659 na wombo abe heba clinic wasi yerbe biara oro ho ndo yesikel cells na nkasa apere test ne hu ne de ebisu wo mogema prostate no ho yerba high blood pressure low sperm count ina yerba horo na fakaden abe heba center ejuda dika sifide wo yedwuma no pono nson kosenyumru no num tanaso apatrapa wo bena apatrapa new site junction no from 0243 345 392 na wombo general vc anopay breakfast English another normal why you read the corner kaju breakfast afi ewie na eriko wi abrekono do no plain rice and stew fried rice and a jollof rice and afi spaghetti and a noodles ni nara wodi hu dwuma delivery service wo ho timo hia nda be frɛ na akyerɛ mepe na we deliver mo kama adum wonya access bank ni zenyimhwɛ from 10244239886 na Jinaf B umbo faith homeopathy clinic ye oye ayeresabia stroke infertility fibroid diabetes high blood pressure sexual weakness stomach ulcer asthma arthritis ina yerba horo nara anopay bomodina twanaman of jodal kasimemenda anapono nso nkoso nyimbru no num mpem na faith wodi hwani dwuma ahenmal kokobin 18 no ho 0246728675 na faith nso mbo the medwuma kui na bebre na waka ho ena waso ye na asen ama yadze anopa no nsia kasebo yadze ebram ho anope ameso a medze anopa no nsia kasebo mezerbo so medzinize uncle ebo baini afa yemfa nsem no mu nkyeremu yemfa embram ene dada na oman Ghana yezi mfi eduasia awotwe ebra yeji hiano fa hodi yeji fi oye akosikoko nsem no no na ene da yere shafan oman panyin wa bankasim oje anoji sam bebre na tugwa ma oman Ghana wiasa man nyina yetibi de ampa oman Ghana yana afiji da so ayere ji no no oman panyin di tugwa de se eyoman na agitumi de azi wo ho a oyeye waranka se botuma abobra ebotuma ye wazima ni sesunti akaje fa hoji na se iwie na esor na etam okura na ajizinam aman ahoro do de elekwa akapemwa omampanyin kire de na kire de fa hoji na aje no sabe nyanse biara nyim injinadu biara nyim ni sesunti ebra nye dude oman Ghana yetum ye nyama a obobo ma yehu da mpa yedziye no ho no se impempreni oman Ghana se yedzi yan fasha afasha na yedzi no aya okahen mmoa yepe wo nyama ye krafiam no ne yɛde ba ɔman Ghana afei mmoa yɛpɛ sika afam nyama afam a aya yɛhwehwɛ dɛ aman ahorow binom wɔabɔbɔ hen na ɔwie no ɔlekyɛm dɛ mpo no ɔdu baabi a ɛyɛ ana yɛhia mmoa gyifi ɔyɛ IMF yie paa nti ne yɛdzi hen afeda na yɛkaaka dɛm nyama nyinara a ɔyɛ nyimguase kwan do nti berɛ du dɛ ɔwɔ dɛ ɔman Ghana yɛdze nyama gu akɔnem dɛ mmerɛ ɔbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtum yɛagyeɛ ho na yɛagyeɛ ho amparampara.
Independence anniversaries must therefore be a moment not on what we have done for ourselves, but on how well we have stewarded national assets for those we will hand them over to in the future. Our story cannot be one of missed opportunities. It must be one of continued effort to achieve far more than we can boast of now. Posterity will not accept our failures or take them kindly. As President, I am committed to providing the bold leadership and the clarity of vision that is needed to navigate the turbulent economic waters we are sailing in currently, while safeguarding our future. Discussions about our independence often highlight our reliance on imports, on donor aid, and IMF bailouts as signs of continued dependence. This reminder is repeated so often that while undeniably real, it risks becoming a cliché. Yet the entire efficacy of this reminder lies not in just repeating it, but in our willingness to take decisive action.
Ɔmanpanyin Mahama ne dada ɔdze dama asɛm no ɔdze to gua na yɛmfa kasɛbɔ no nkɔpɛ mu wɔ Adanse North Mensi no mu na owura Thomas Okra Kwame ɛna ɔyɛ Mensi no coordinating director ɛna ɔrekasa dɛ ebra nya tu dɛ ɔyɛ Adanse North Mensi no wɔ mpanyimfo a wɔka bi owom nhona a wɔboa mmɔwɔ dɛ impuntu kɔdo wɔ Mensi no mu no wɔka hɔne ti bom na ɔhaw ahorow a Mensi no kɔm no wɔpɛ na no pomasibir no panyin di da mensam nyinaa tugua wɔ ene da ebra a ene dei na ɔman Ghana yɛrehyɛfa no no panyin kyɛm dɛ ɛhwɛ Adanse North Mensi na wezi mfiri edunu a ene besident dɛ wɔkoda wɔ ɔyɛ akwanepa muhaw wɔsan so wɔ ɔyɛ nsupa a wonya num no muhaw nwumasua adan ahoro wɔ ne muhaw ɔyɛ apɔmedzin papa a ɔwɔ denka ɔyɛ Mensi ne nyinaa wonya afei kura mpo no abɛfo nkitawodi ne muhaw na kyɛ dɛ Mensi no wɔwɔ haw yie papaapa na opanyin Okra Kwame ɔyɛ coordinating director ɔna so na ɔrehwɛ akyi dɛ aban krakye panyin kapembra a wɔbɛyi bi ogyina onyimnyamfo Honorable Amako Esiama na name dɛ ɔyɛ mmarahyɛ bagomnyi na ɔsan so yɛ second deputy speaker of parliament ɛna ɔde dɛm nsɛm nyinaa to gua wɔ ɔyɛ Mensi no.
Distinguished invited guests, as we review our present, let us acknowledge the challenges that still face us as a district and the need to address such critical issues. Today, youth unemployment, drugs and substance abuse, indiscipline in our school, poor parental care and control, insecurity, poverty, inequality, and limited access to basic needs such as quality and accessible water and quality health care services are some of the most challenging issues we have in our district. Oyerepa mentioned that in our district we have a challenge such as environmental degradation, poor sanitation practices, and inadequate quality, free, accessible, and universal basic education for our children.
Na opanyina no si no na ɔyɛ nana baafo mreku ɔtɔdo anan jase hen dzema Adanse nananom atena nkondwa na ogyina mu de kasa ma ɔyɛ Adanse hen opagya kɔtwere bonsra afriye na ɔlekyerem dɛ ɔwɔ dɛ Ghana fo nyinaa ɔyɛ hina hoho dɛ yɛbotum na yɛatena asomdwe mu ɛwɔ bra asomdwe wɔ ɔman Ghana ne yɛ nyinaa yɛ hu dɛ ɔman no nkyekere no yɛ nyinaa yɛ wɔ yɛ afam da ɔwɔ dɛ ɔyɛ ihe so yɛ ka ɔman no ho bi na opanyini wie no na ɔsan so ɔrebo akyerɛkyerɛfo wɔn abado dɛ ɔman Ghana fa ho gye mu ne kyerɛ no akyerɛkyerɛfo nso no wetum wayɛ wɔn afam da aboa ɔman no mpuntu yie paa.
Dedi kan afibia no eye Ghana ye fa ho dida no ye di na ene de me giri se eye stronko de nti a eye stronko America ne se botaya eda so no se ye se ye mu nkompon ko ye ti na de ankoyie no ye nhwe ne entutu ne ye ti ye giri se botaya we beboa ama enema atoto yie de to so biem e manage pa se memiti ye me Ghana ni e manage pa cause obi kasa ne se de no kan so hwe amama bi so a omanya fa ho de ne nso fa ho de ni ho sa tokwa ne niema bebre ekoso amama so a ye hwe Ghana ha de a ye de yatika bi ma menka bi amamu ase se to aba saban we ne benya aban we ko na ban foforo aba aban we ko na ban foforo aba omani mpuntuo e na ye hia
enti indai nana bafo mreku no so no nsama odutugo wa bra oye adanse not mention no ne dada oman Ghana hena finhia wo so wo hye wona afomedi ewo mention ne mu na yazemoro ko oye abankasim owura Felix Ofosu Kwache ena oye inkitawudi bofote ne wo abankasim na otakoto mrahye begomfu wona enyim de omampanyin mahama enne ihona wapa won de won ye adwuma ewo ne atenekase mecha presidential staff no wono dodo kura ndu eduesa wonduru oye 60 no no na opanyin chem de dembro omampanyin wa hyebote obafa asoafa wono dodo ondu oye eduasa no olichem de omampanyin kutama de dambosha no na ojeko na owura oye Felix Ofosu Kwache olichem de abanse olutu da mana mondam roba ya obotum na wabo oman ni sikasam ho bono sande opo nyimpa ahuru bebre na nyaata obobo oman ni sikasam no totwe na osane to ekodo de omampanyin ne bosa ohye no oligirem na omampanyin ni nkobo na bra de omampanyin dada His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo dembro ye ya inne opo nkofo bebre ni nyinara ojo ho bro oman ni sikasam no totwe.
President Mahama stated boldly that in the event that he was elected, he will work with 60 ministers. This compelled our colleagues on the other side to immediately promise to work with 50 ministers. Mr. Speaker, these are the same people who defended to the hilt the appointment of 125 ministers. Mr. Speaker, it will interest you to note that the worst economic outcomes that this country has seen emanated from their performance between 2017 and 2020. After that point, all they did was to try to patch up for the wrongs of 2020. That terrible economic performance was brought about by the biggest government in our history of 125 ministers. That means that you don't need a legion of ministers to be able to manage the country properly.
Na yewra Felix Ofosu Kwache na no si no ena osoafa enkan ono no ohwe insase ena ifom eguzudo yewra Samuel Abuginapo so kasa da mmom ampa ma Felix Ofosu Kwache kan oye no kwa omampanyin mahama asoafa wafo no wondu oye eduasia mekira 60 na mmom no omampanyin wa hyeda wa strike ena wa sesaw oya presidential staff as bebrena oza kwakugu na so yi ntino ampanampa opodo bosika ho ban na nsomoli yeje nyazo botum waye.
The president, when he addressed this house, made the claim that he had formed the leanest and most effective government in the history of our country. So I want to submit that you can have 10 ministers, another government can have 20 ministers, and the government that has 20 ministers may have a smaller government machinery, a smaller government size than you who have 10 minutes. And I want to demonstrate that, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's on record. The record is that the pegging or ranking of officials of the presidency are as follows, Mr. Speaker, since the inception of the fourth Republican dispensation. The Chief of Staff is pegged at the rank below the Speaker of Parliament, but above a cabinet minister who doubles as a member of Parliament.
Nti owura Samuel Abuginapo nso nsama odutugwa ofan omampanyin mahama mpanyimfo awapo hono robo na abanemu de wodoso da wondoso na enkan mrahye begomnyi dzima oye timemfo a wowo Agona West abatu nimpasua no do ni nyina wo mfimfini mantem oye Cynthia Morrison na olichem de he ono odahwa MPP osunu kokoroko amanyoku nemu mma na olichem de mami 2024 abaya yetu okoda kwanten kura inde nkan no MPP amanyoko ni dina oginam dikọ abato no afi otwam ya abaya otoye mami wenginam dem na ono no mu na inde mami lichem de nkrofo de nsare chenchen no de inde oyaze MPP amanyoko no onka wo ho biem no no lichem de ono odwa ye member of parliament na mmom no olotwane de MPP amanyoko no wode pen besikrata do atwera na wada kama na yeyi wefim ansa na yatase na chefu bakaya oyaza mami Cynthia Male Morris ni oyaza oka nyimpa oye oha ahe bien eduason akono 279 members wale chemede MPP amanyoko wo yen sentrofo je wode tu gwade oyaza weyi wona fi oye amanyoko sanade wo ya atibi imotia party nambra no na mami li chemede kire wo tworo kratai wode brana ansana waja tum don kan pipi ho biem
asembi de hunde man kase mamanya kun we yi mesinche mi podi me hunde we yi mesinche mami nyimde me de ho mi wo osande mi nyimde honorable Haruna state education minister o chowe comma speaker de wati na we hu so wo social media de nkrofu bi wo political party or NPP ebien was wo call independent na cross wo NDC inti se wonya call independent za no chede we fi party na mi leader afenyo mark engine ho ka de onye no kwara na afenyo wan kasa de na kasa o ya afenyo o kasa de o leader of the majority then na o kasa de o kasa ma ba no so o MPP aban na o call court inti mi nginzi na mi party MPP fo o sha da akwa o ka da ada Supreme Court na Ghana fu nyina de wo yi mi fi party nim ama wonya one number so wo dem dan wo the service to the nation. We send a car boy the court. My Supreme Court in na pana over Tanton Hall. Chief Justice Nakasa Kahu. No bidasam. Now what kind of speaker can the way you head if you party name. When you speak and you don't want your party for. My worry call it parliament. Me party from Mamukwai. Me you won't know how too. We are the new patriotic party nyom media in a capture. Na ye to a baby I was way you may feel. Maybe to move chira wa letter. Be an letter into party is in the Wami womb.
Cynthia Mamle Morrison chira wa bram letter. Minya leta min film na inde yi ewram wo oye obum domia bra wo oye nga south mention mu NDC amanyuku ne mu mabi waka won ho abom de wo ye concern NDC Council of Elders and former constituency executives zima obum domia bra wo Gan West mention mu ena waka ho abom de wo yeku na waje oye hon adesraze luto hona woka bia owom wa manyeku ne mu de se ebroso na omampanyin mahama oropo nkrofo mu abaya aban krachi mpanyimfa omfana yinkire obum domya bra abato nimpasua no do na wolekirem de mensi ni mu a obum nkotenye biaye omampanyini orobobo edzina wonya ho so hone echafa entino se oka aban krachi panyini nyida wasra pa de mpembebrera wotwa obum domya brafuja ntomampanyin onyi oya abankrachi panyini mfamfiwe na wolechem de owura Samuel awuku ono na obotum waboa ima inde abankrachi panyini wode shanensa obobo madwumaja woritino wetum wakodu iye pa na Samuel awuku ne ye chairman odimakui na wolechem de omampanyin fa Daniel Nisaki ono no obotum waboa emadwumaji no wakodu ohoza amwan.
Beatrice Asantua Jekum, it doesn't have a personal connection to Domiabra Obom constituency, which raises questions about her ability to understand and effectively represent the constituency's needs. In the history of inadequate representation, the constituency has a history of inadequate representation with no Article 71 government appointment from the NDC since 1992. And all MPs from 1992 to 2024 now not being from the constituency. This fuels concerns about Beatrice Asantua Ejekun's suitability for the MCE position. Now, principles of fairness and representation, as former executive and council of elders of the party, we aim to uphold the principles of trainees representation, accountability in the selection process.
Into panyini wie no na enka no abanodifu bia wa ye adwuma ma party no wo constituency no mu so wode hona ne di samutugwa
agija ebie wo ba kpa fa ya ke consider ni saki ake wo municipal chief executive bona fe ni lehu enye ewa party anu tumo yejeme kedi eke wo MPF ekome
Ocran no nima de nyina dada and you feel say within these 4 years of NDC administration no obetumi abo ayentimi san kwosisa obi abiom no
enti na chede oye domi obum domi abra abato ni mposhando NDC amayeku no mumba na wore chede owura Daniel ni saki omampanyin bo modina mboni ti no no botum wabo mompunta aba afi ya dikasebo ni wi a yenko oye amahoro de na oye aban anamsinyi free oye Israel man wo omane Ganam His Excellency Roy Gillard na oluchemete Israel man no waya krado ye pa de mwabiara Ghana bani hia no wode boboa ema Ghana etuma afane tempe fra na opanyi lechemete se omane Ghana die ya ina Israel man no so na wegie enti no owode Israel man no ekwane bia woda wafado na wobo omane Ghana na omanu fi oye ohowa onemu no obotum na waye na mami di da mensemi tugwa wabra inde oje oye abadobodo ensem dzimo omane Ghana ebra ye di henemfe eduesia awotwe oye afinhyeda no na oje da mensemi nyina odutugwa.
Eve of the 68th anniversary, independence anniversary of the Republic of Ghana, I'd like to wish all the people of Ghana a very happy Independence Day. The Israeli office in Ghana was opened in 1956, 1 year before your independence, and it was actually the first Israeli representative office in Africa. After a year, it became an embassy once you achieved your independence. And since then, this office, this embassy is working day in and day out to cement and improve the bilateral relationship between Ghana and Israel in so many fields, in agriculture, business, cyber, high-tech, counterterrorism, and in so many other areas. Israel is committed to the success of Ghana, just as Ghana is committed to the success of Israel.
And you know, Israel, name sinyi, Zima, wo omane Ganam, His Excellency, Gillard, and Odze, the Mensamina to gua de in the or Babua, Emma Ghana, with two wafanitem pay for sanite. I am go forward the Ghana in Israel man in Temuno, or Yankofa or soon ye pa, and a pay Boshaba, electrical, here comfort Zamo de. In Kania Papa Perfy, electrical gadgets, and after cables are horror, Bob's lights, a huru biara in Yano, forgot that one, urban ceiling fan, standing fan, Nima huru biara, Bossaba electricals, or Wondoso Power Aquafa, solar standing fan is aba, in Tinea Dumsabe, Capabia, other chain, this pato, watch as I'm a wet dum lights in Murawana Aeroconum, Bomadina Pebosaba, Nature Quan Crabatani Bass, Dum Pizza at Kajatia Market, and Crabato the can, or in the here, and Crabato today be a doom Bossaba building. You be in prisons run about a doom PZ and Tiataku for building no more Bossaba and Crabato today Bassan or Yatua or Abefuntin Fernando or your TikTok and Instagram to mobile in there about bossaba.electricast. Delivery services that can until Yamana yet display or yen social media handles and a choose mape Frenambe Jessica yen deliver farmer 0536 095 966 na Bossaba and more ma young crop promise heba in Bibidra in the kamikasi biara nyima enuma enya echirunsun do boni biara e Bibidra enuma obobo ema nkomwo no wo mu a wokon wodi tie yereba no won wa yedziniye pa adam roba ya yereba biara to wodu sa wetum na wanyina kon adunizi nkonyem eye bomodinara pe oye promise ba won echi akwan na Bibidu biara repa bia no kohona kona koto bia edum ye wo oye Bossaba Plaza ye weben oye Methodist asafo owo edum no abrosandana Oyerepa FM Oyerepa TV edzimudjuman eho ena promise heba wo from 053 554 568 4681 0535 544681 na boss promise heba wo for when do no be infa emmo sofo rare ko heba center the ekrase doctor sofo rare ko sebre pressure high blood pressure or how sciatica diabetes hepatitis B low sperm count menstrual pains ulcer sexual weakness waist pains, gonorrhea, candidiasis, ayakase ima wa broto, bombardnara, aton dubon mumuntinten, aton sanum muntinten, cigarette num, newi num, ni yinara to muntintana, bombardnara. A classic doctor suffer real cobam with two, a yini for Zamo, offer Judan Cosmimin than Oye Juma, and upon on Shaka Main Bruno Num, and no Otina from Kumasa Bramai, what Benoya Pentecost Asafono, for a classic doctor is over 0248 672 271. Ne classic doctor Mwa. Yadikasebono Esi, Yanda Samufu Payin Ase, Ra Emmanuel Odro, Korea, Yadana say. Abuafono Dawson, Jimmy Cliff, and Afe, Ora Richmond Frimpong, and Ora Ajimanudua, when you now saw a boy in Sum Ho. Ora Jimmy Cliff, now a open pia, or yeah, Inferno Dumam, the producer, and my medical sebwe, yes, bro. Yada several room phone so I said, there were my live on Facebook. Afe, I'm sure in the medical sebwe, bromo, and a pay. Misery, uncle, a po, biny. Yes, sorry, to I'm at. I'm a Doncaster or the OBS. Oyerepa breakfast too. Doncaster the Oyerepa breakfast too. Or the Tredo the Amen. Doncaster.